this kind of catch-up session talking about stuff what I is doing, and to give you a bit more information of what I am kind of going to be getting up to over the next couple of weeks, because I wanted to give you a bit more an update on stuff that I'm doing and things that are going on with me, because it's going to be a little bit difficult around here fairly soon. So let's do a roundup of things that I have been asked recently. Now, I am still going to be doing question and answer sessions with my wife. I'm going to try and do one tonight, depending on whether she's around or not, but she might be out on a dinner. So we're just having issues getting our timing right because of summer holiday stuff and all that kind of usual shenanigans. But we will be doing that again, so thank you for your patience. And yeah, there's nothing majorly going wrong or any issues. It's simply a case that we are, we haven't had time to really sync up and get on with it. Now, another thing is that over the next couple of months, things may get a little bit quieter on my channel. And the reason for that is that I am going to be having a lot of work done on my house. So we're going to have builders in the house for 8 to 10 weeks, starting from the end of September-ish. So it's not really going to be finished until probably sometime into December. And this means that this room is going to undergo quite a bit of disturbance. In fact, the whole first floor of the house is going to have a lot of disturbance, as will the downstairs. We're having all the windows replaced, stuff that I need to do structurally for the house. It's all going to get done. So once these things are underway, I'm going to have, let's say, more limited opportunities to dress, and a lot of my stuff will have to be packed away out of necessity. With that in mind, it might get a little bit more quiet, but I still have commitments where I'm going to be going out, and I'm going to want to honour those commitments. So one way or another, I'll still be doing stuff. It's just you may notice a few changes in either location or in terms of, let's say, my freedom to do things in the way that I normally would. My health is pretty good. So I've recovered from another bout of gout. There you go. I was acting like a lout and I got a bout of gout, which was entirely self-inflicted. It always is, you know, I overate something and I got all gouty. So I'm much better now. I'm back to my running. As a family, we've also taken up cycling. So I bought my wife a bike. My daughter already has a bike, and now we're going out cycling more often. So we're getting in 2 or 3 cycles a week, which means that in my fitness regime, I'm running 2 or 3 times a week, and I'm cycling not so far, but I'm cycling sort of 40, 50k a week, doing little trips here, there and everywhere, that kind of stuff. Cycling to the shops and just trying to be more active, really trying to build things up before winter, and when the miserable weather kind of makes you less interested in cycling, let's put it that way. But it's been going really well. So far we're enjoying it. It's good fun. It's good for my daughter's health, and we're generally, you know, really kind of enjoying ourselves. So that's fun. Now, one other thing I wanted to share with you, which I'm just going to grab from over here, if you'll bear with me a second, was I wanted to show you this. Now, this is something that was made for me. So I've done videos in the past about my daughter, about how she feels about me doing what I do, etc. And I've said, you know, she's very happy with this, etc. We've done Pride together. She came to London in the car when I got dressed up to go to Drag World. So that was fun. So they went off to do some shopping while I went to Drag World. But that was what she, you know, the kind of experience she has, and she still sees me every time I get dressed. She'll see me later today when she's back from school. But I want to show you this, which is something that she made for me. So this is the kind of thing that my daughter makes for me, and it's kind of, it's very cute, but it's something where it's kind of reflecting her way of experiencing the world and thinking about the world based on the way she's being raised. So this is what she made for me. Okay, so this is Happy Panda. It won't focus very well, but this is Happy Panda. And it's a little book held together with sellotape, and it's got a story. And it says, one day a panda saw an owl whose tummy was like a rainbow. She said, I help people who feel different. I'm the LGBTQ plus owl. She's the LGBTQ plus owl. The panda replied, my father is transgender. How do I help him? To which the LGBTQ plus owl said, you just be there for him when he needs it. The nice rainbow flag. Thank you, said the panda. Do you want to join me for Pride March in Brighton? Yes, said the owl. Show your true colours. So that was made for me by my daughter. Now, I'm not a very emotional person. You know, I'm quite, I think of myself as being quite level-headed. But that kind of stuff means the world to you when you get it, when you receive that. And I thought I wanted to just recap on this very quickly. As I've mentioned in the past, when you want to tell your family, when you want to tell your kids or whatever about what you do, the kind of person that you are, there's nothing as important as laying the groundwork. And I think this is where, and sometimes it can seem a bit harsh, as individuals, we are responsible to a little bit for the way we're received in our community. So if I want to put it to you this way, if you take our friends as a family, our family friends, I don't understand this concept, but it is a real fear that what if they don't like me? If they don't, if they find out about Juliette, what if they don't like Juliette? They don't want to know me anymore. Then they never wanted to know me, because Juliette's always been here. They never wanted to know me, they just didn't know me. So essentially we can either hide who we are to maintain friendships, which means that we're not really friends with the right people. And I know family's different, etc. But essentially what it means is that we're not really friends with the right people. Anyone I'm friends with who wouldn't accept me for being Juliette isn't worth being friends with. That's kind of my opinion, because they aren't really friends because they don't really know me. And when I talk about laying the groundwork, what I mean by this is that if you are in a situation where you are trans and you hide it all, you're genderqueer, gender fluid, you're crossdresser, transvestite, I don't care what you call yourself. If you have a different form of gender expression and you hide that away, that's fine, okay? But, and this is the big but, when you are talking to people, when you are expressing your thoughts on being transgender, if you're placing yourself into a position, do you throw your own community under a bus because you're afraid people will work out who you are if you show support? And this is a key thing. I found with my daughter, I had plenty of years to think about this. Some people don't get as much time to think about this. But I had plenty of time with my daughter to recognize that one day I wanted to tell her. And therefore every day, every conversation, every discussion we had was an opportunity for me to lay the groundwork for who she would be in the future, to show her my thoughts and feelings on certain subjects, to be prepared for this to come out either on my terms or when it was just organically right. And that's what I was kind of preparing for. So with my daughter, the reason we have these kind of discussions now, in part I put down to the fact that when she was growing up, I would talk positively about the trans community. I talk positively about the LGBT community in general. I talk about the rights of women and about equality and equanimity, and I would talk to her about what you should expect from life in terms of tolerance and giving tolerance to other people. And to some degree, as of this point right now, the reason we're in this pleasant, happy sort of family situation, in my opinion, is partly because it was allowed to happen. We laid the groundwork, and that groundwork was enough for my daughter, when she found out about Juliette, to apply those lessons, apply that to me, and be tolerant, open, progressive. It also helps that children, frankly, are nowhere near as fragile as we think they are. Children will adapt to deal with anything that they're told is normal, pretty much. It doesn't really matter what it is, you know, and this is one of those things about, you know, teaching LGBT stuff in schools, etc., which I think is incredibly important. You know, teaching about different styles of families, different ways in which it's acceptable for people to be together. When people say that children aren't ready for that, it's too young, they're too young to learn about these things, to me it's demonstrably not true. Children are fine to learn about these things. They process the world as it's presented to them. It's the parents who aren't happy to learn about those things, or for their kids to know about those things. Essentially, the parents aren't ready for their children to know. Children are always ready, because children accept the world on the terms that it's offered to them, and they don't really have any other choice. They can't change the world, so they process it as it's given to them. And if they're told that this is a normal thing, it's a normal thing, whatever it is. If they're told it's normal, it's normal. It takes someone else to tell them something different, for them to develop their own opinions, for them to develop nuance, to develop thinking processes around stuff. And that really is critical. So I thought I'd just finish up on that bit. It's a little bit more serious, but I was really sort of super happy to get this. And yeah, it's a lovely thing to get. If you can get this kind of stuff from your family, then you're certainly in a very lucky and privileged position. And that's where I find myself today. So thank you for joining me here today for this sort of quick update video. It's not really that quick, but thank you for joining me here for this one. So I hope this was of interest to you, as always. Feel free to let me know in the comment section below if you have anything you wanted to say to me about this video, or you can reach me through my email address, which is juliettesnoir@gmail.com, or the website julietteisnoir.uk. I look forward to talking to you all again in the next video, and as ever, bye! Bye!